right, today you're going to be creating a radial design, and there are several examples that I've given you as inspiration, but ultimately I want you to come up with your own. Everyone's going to have a handout. I'm giving you a pencil that's smaller so that it can fit in the holes of the compass, and there's other objects like rulers and things like that to use. I've already kind of created a division to help you divide it up in half. So what I do is I put my pencil on the dot and I line up the ruler with that, and then I draw my line so that the lines will definitely cross in the middle. Sometimes if you don't put your pencil on the middle, it's always a little bit off center when you start to cross them and it won't go through the middle. Now you have to at least divide it up into 4 different sections because later we're doing a printmaking project that's going to be based on this design. So start out first by creating into fourths, and then if you want to continue on, you can break it down into smaller lines. Now the whole time you're doing this, I want you to use a light pressure with your pencil because you will be erasing a lot of these lines. And if you press too hard, it'll be hard to cover up those lines, because you'll start to create things that overlap and you're going to need to erase parts of it. All right, so now that I've created and broken this down into smaller, you have different tools that you can use to kind of help. But if you want to break the circle up and maybe create some smaller circles inside, you're going to put the dot in the middle of your circle. You're going to put your finger on the dot so that this part will circle around. You'll place your pencil inside one of those holes and you'll carefully draw with that. If you want to do it again, you can do it again. Again, this is all a choice, okay? You don't have to do what I'm doing. I'm just trying to show you how to use the tools. Now, the protractors are used just for the curves, and what I like to do is I like to kind of measure up the curves with the corners of shapes. And whatever you do, you have to do it 4 times, at least 4 times. You can actually do it more if you want, but you definitely need to do it at least 4 times. And every time the line should line up to something, to a corner, to an edge, so that you can easily repeat that. You don't want to just start drawing in the middle of something without having some type of measurement. All right, now if you like the way that looks, or you could flip this on the other side and even create like a petal shape if you want to do that. Now I'm going to start to erase certain things. I really like this line here, but I'm going to erase it and let these little petal shapes come forward so that line kind of tucks behind it. And then I'm going to add some smaller shapes. Now I have these little circles that are inside. You could decide that you're going to put a circle at the edge of each petal. You just make sure you do it the same way on every single one of them. If you're lining it up the same way so they're all the same. Okay. And now I'm going to create a pattern, like a stripe of some sort. I'm going to put my pencil on this center and I'm going to use it kind of like a pivot so that the ruler is radiating from the center point and all the lines are going to be radiating from that as well. It's going to take me, some time to do the whole thing, so I'm only going to do part of it for you today, and I'll finish it in my own time. But I just want you to see how, you're still thinking about those principles and elements of design that we talked about in the past. Variety, size. You want to, some things are geometric, some things may be organic. So you want to have a variety to make your design interesting. If all the shapes are the same, it's going to be kind of a boring picture. So the key to radial designs is repeating things over and over again. All right, so if you would like to maybe create a triangle, you kind of have to measure and figure out what's in the middle, and then maybe connect those here. So I'll do the same thing on the other sides. You have to repeat it 4 times at least. You may want to continue on. But every single thing is being connected or measured. I'm finding the middle, and then I'm connecting it to the corners. You're going to continue to draw until you like the design that you have. And sometimes you may have to change it and erase it, and that's fine. And then at the end, we are going to use Sharpies. We'll outline the with Sharpies, and we'll color them with crayons.